Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. This is Women's Month. So if you know a woman that has changed your life, call them, give them a hug, tell them thank you, and have a very, very wonderful day for yourself. This is Insaka's Talk Show, as I said. For those who are new to our show, please subscribe, like, share, talk about us, and we'll learn together. On the show is my co-host Priska van der Vestas, all the way from Baltimore. How are you, Priska?
I'm great. Thank you, guys. Welcome to Insaka Talk Show. Good evening, good afternoon. It is Sunday. I am excited. This is Women's Month, like you said. So today we're celebrating ourselves.
And you look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And all the way from Texas, Arlington, we have Miss Nelly Matatila Bartholomew. How are you doing? I love the red lipstick, Mama.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Irene. I'm loving the look on you too, guys. Ladies, rather, you are on fire today. You all look amazing. It's good to be here.
All right. And now, last but not the least, our fabulous Miss Winnie, all the way from New Jersey. How are you? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you all, ladies. Thanks to be here. Please like, share, subscribe. It's Women's Month. Happy Women's Month to all the women out there.
That's good. You know what, you guys, like we said, this is a very wonderful month. We are actually dedicating this month to all women. Our show is packed with very interesting things about all four of us. For those who are new to our show, you get to know who Nelly is, who Priska is, who Irene is, and who Winnie is. You know, there's a disclaimer. There will be some things that we're going to talk about. It's not women bashing. It's just empowering each other.
Yeah.
Because I might have some weaknesses that I think are strong. And then one of the ladies might say, you know, Irene, you talk too much. I shouldn't get offended. For my family and friends, please don't get offended. This is just a fun show.
Thank you for the disclaimer. Let's cheers to Women's Month, guys. Ladies, amazing. Happy Women's Month. We're celebrating each other, like Irene said. And so we get into the icebreaker, Irene.
Yes, icebreaker questions. This is very funny. Where would you rather live, in the city or the countryside, and why? So I'll go first. I grew up on a farm. So it was a city farm. It wasn't like the farm. It was a city farm. Then after I grew up, I realized I'm terrified of snakes. So me, myself, and I am doing no countryside. So the city for me. What about you, Priska?
I love farm life. I don't like too much noise. I don't like too much people, all that. I love to just be quiet. And then, thank God, literally, I overlook a farm. So I love the country farm life. So quiet. And you have a lot of land and things to do outside.
But Priska, we've been to your house. That's not countryside. I would live there.
I know.
I would live there in a minute.
It's almost country. It is when you kind of get out and come in. Like when I say city, I mean like in the CBD where you just go downstairs and like everything is there. Like you go downstairs, there's a coffee shop. Yeah, like New York life. I can do that.
Okay. Well, I can live in the heart of New York. Anyway, let's go to Miss Nelly. Miss Nelly, where would you live? Would you do countryside or would you do the city?
I'm also terrified of snakes. I think terrified is actually an understatement. You know, like if I see one, I have a phobia. If I actually see one, I don't think that I would go in that area maybe for a very long time. So while I love the space that the countryside provides, I think I would need to come up with something that kills all snakes before I can move into. Like, can somebody invent something that just gets rid of snakes? Then I can move them because I love space. I love big spaces. So, and you can't get that in the city. So, what's a girl to do?
I know, and you know, like snakes, I think a lot of people are terrified of them. Just the way they move, just the word snake, so I can relate to you. Miss Winnie, would you do city or countryside, and why?
I think I'll be in the city all day, as you can see right now. I'm in the city and I'm moving to the city. I'm not getting out anywhere in the country because I hate snakes. Like, listen, my son, when he was growing up, being a boy, he would go, like, when we went to Zambia, actually go and dig worms. I almost died. I don't even. And he
Really?
used to like toys, snake. I was like, hell no. So I told him they're going to bite you. So from that time, he's so scared of the snakes because I told him even they're like this, they can bite you.
People actually have. I can't even say the
I
word.
can't. I
The
can't.
S pet as a pet. Ish, I
Nope.
can't.
Well, you know, for me, snakes, it spit in my eyes. I know. I think I've shared with you
Yes.
guys. If I haven't, it spit in my eyes when I was about 8. So me and snakes were not very good friends. I don't like to see it. I don't like to see the word snake. Right now, I'm terrified. I'm lifting my
Yeah.
feet up
Yeah.
on the couch just in
Me
case
too. Me too.
you know, snakes for me is like, I think all of us have gone through this where our parents, our moms used to tell us very creepy stories. And then
Yeah.
when they're telling you, you have to lift your feet on the chair because you didn't get how much, there's the monster is under the chair.
So what? The another icebreaker question. What comforts you when you're sad? I'll go toward Irene.
Really?
hmm After talking about snakes.
You know what? I love to travel, believe it or not. I'm one person that if I have money to spare, I'll travel. I don't care whether if it's just 2 hours away and go there, stay in a hotel and just do out of towner thing. I love it. It's just that, you know, with our jobs and commitments, you can't do that all the time. But that is my to go to thing. I'll be happy all day by myself.
Nice. What about Miss Priska?
A good movie and just by myself in the bed or go to sleep. I will literally go to bed at 4 p.m. If you irritate me at 3:30, I am brushing my teeth, taking a shower 4 p.m. in the bed and watching a movie.
Yeah.
Yo.
Before I answer mine, I just want to read some of the questions or rather comments in the chat. Liz says, "Hello, ladies. Happy Women's Month. Thank you all
Thank
for
you, Les.
all you
Thank
do.
you.
Thank you, Liz. We appreciate you, honey." Sandra says she would rather live in the countryside because she can grow her own vegetables, raise pigs and chickens.
Pigs, not pigs.
No,
Yes,
no fix me.
Sandra has a really green thumb, y'all. She has, if you see the greens on her garden, anything she grows, she has a cucumber this size last year. So yeah, zucchini. But yeah, she has a green thumb. Let's see. Matilda Mwabaluka says, "Happy New Month," I think is what she's trying to say.
Hi,
Uh,
Matilda.
and happy New Month, happy International Women's Month. Sandra says countryside. Okay, we already read that one. Penelope says she also prefers the countryside for more space and contentment. Not for don't for the snakes are found in roofs. Oh, Imwe, please. Like, don't do that.
Penelope, don't do
Really?
that to us. No, do not.
Now I'm afraid to pee. What is it? I can't even
Yeah.
go, Penelope. I don't like you anymore. don't make such comments. Karen says good evening. Thanks, Karen. So back to the question: what comforts me when I'm sad? Wow. I think I'm one of those people that don't get comforted easily.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't. But two things. The water for me, like the ocean, if I need to de-stress, decompress, even after working a lot, I like to go away on a vacation and it has to have water. I love the ocean. I love to just sit on the beach and just hear the waves. I
Yeah.
can sit there for hours. And of course, wine.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
Wine. Mhm.
Like, of course, wine.
That's
I think for
everybody.
me, I have a very bad habit and I don't like it because what comforts me when I'm really sad, I want to go shopping.
Yo, that's a very expensive.
Talk therapy is bad.
Used to be me.
No, for real. I now buy something, and then when I come home, and I'll be like, "What did I do?" And I'll be like, "I'm taking it back." I did this one time. I think that was last year. I don't know what I was mad about. I don't know. Something's happening back home. Something. I don't know what I was mad about. And I went to Macy's and I went and buy bed sheets for $900. Yes. It was during Christmas. I don't know why I was pissed.
What do they make you fall asleep? Do
Oh
they?
no, because they say
That's
they are
thread,
they're
maybe.
1,000 thread. All
Yeah,
that because
the thread.
I'm kind of that person.
I
my
don't
bed sheet.
care. Do they sing to you? Do they smooth you? Do they your dreams? Do they come true?
So guess what? Let me finish. I came home, and then, of course, I have my American Express, and then Ron was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "A bed sheet," and he look at the receipt. He says, "I think we are not talking. I don't know what's going on. Whatever is bothering you, we are taking this back."
Did you think they were $90, or did you know
No,
they
no,
were
I
900?
knew they were at that price.
Yeah.
And he says, "I will not even sleep on it." What's the point? I'm like, I was just feeling, they look nice. It's like, wow, you don't even have your own home. And you don't like spending money. What's bothering you? I'm like, I just like shopping. I thought I'll grab something, I'll keep them. It's like, no, but I took them back.
Winnie, and this is you who's stuck on me spending $500 on 6 people
Yeah.
in New York.
I was just mad. I went and took it. I took it back.
$500.
You
spent
back.
one thing.
Yeah, I'm still trying to. I'm trying to calculate how many bed sheets exactly did you buy?
Actually, it was 8 piece. Is it 8 piece? 12-piece set. You know where they have the shams, the
Are they Chanel? What is it?
it
Some
was just
designer?
Macy's.
Let's go to the next.
You know what, Priska? What
People-
you?
let me put a message out there. This is a public service announcement. If you want to see Winnie broke, please piss her off.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh my
No,
goodness!
it's a very bad habit. So
Am I
what
the
I've
one
done,
that
I'll
pissed
say
you
the,
off?
I'll say the good thing. What I've done with it when I'm really, really upset, I just lock myself and I just like watch a movie because I know once I go outside, I'll buy stupid things and I'm gonna end up retaining because I won't keep it, but I'll just do it because I'm feeling like that.
At least you return them.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I don't
I did.
return stuff.
Oh, anywho,
Oh, when I buy,
Priska,
it's fine.
Priska. No, Priska didn't give us
I
what
did.
makes.
She
You
did. She said she
That was
goes
the
to
first
sleep.
one.
She go to sleep at 4 p.m.
You
I
know
go
what? You messed me up, Winnie, with your $900 shit. But anyways, before we say that, Nelly, you like red wine.
I do.
Try this.
What is that? Butter?
Cub.
Oh, butter cab. Oh,
Yes.
nice.
So you should try it. It's really smooth. I
Mm.
wanted to do this today, but I changed my mind. It's Sunday. I don't want to sin. So
Drinking wine is sinning. Let's not get into that.
That was the first Jesus
for me,
miracle
I
he
think
ever
I'm
made
sinning.
was wine.
But anyways,
Nelly.
yeah. So, what is the most gross food you've ever eaten to be polite?
Oh,
Let me see. Mini, many more.
Disgusting,
Nelly.
horrible finkuvala.
Nelly.
Mm.
You know why? Because you like to cook. You like to cook and entertain. So, have you been to somebody's house or around somebody, and they ask you to eat something that was really gross, but you were polite enough to just eat it? And
Yeah,
what was-
and I this has happened to me many times. The reason being, I always, even my kids, I tell everybody, because I love to cook, I love people to at least try. If you don't try, don't tell me no if you've never tried it.
Okay.
At least if it's not, there are disclaimers, right? If it's not a snake, it's not a dog, it's not a possum or some weird creature, a spider, taste it. At least one spoonful and then tell me, okay, thank you, but it's not for me. That's my motto. So because of that, when I go somewhere and somebody asks me, I'm gonna try, right? Before I knock it off. So visited a really good friend from West Africa. I won't say the country, and they cooked something that, my God, it smelled like combination of like very dirty socks and just musty underwear and rotten fish. It was just a smell of rot. Nje. Mm-mm. And yeah, like yeah, that was hard. That was hard. But hey, I tried. When I came out of that place, my pores were smelling. I felt like I needed a shower. That's just how strong that food smelled.
Oh, wow.
Strong. Anyway,
And what about you, Priska? What can you tell us about that?
Nasty, horrible, disgusting Finkubal.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, those are a delicacy.
Leave us alone.
Did you actually
Worms.
try them?
Yes, it's just dry. I know.
by the way, Finkubala, for those of you that don't know, is caterpillars.
Yeah, it's dry. It's looking at you. It's got. It's a reptile. Is it? What is it?
No, it's
It's the same thing as the S thing. The S thing that we couldn't mention. Yeah, I would think of it like that.
Leave us alone.
It's on its belly. So yeah.
It's like a. So when
If
you
you
think about think about the S thing that you
No,
don't like.
stop.
no. Now, if you wanna poison my whole family, just call them and say I've cooked Vinkwala. You see how they all come. But anyways, what about you, Winnie? What is the most gross food you've ever eaten and you were polite to eat it?
You know what? Is that there's seafood. I tried octopus, but not octopus. The one in shells, the one they eat it raw.
Oysters.
Oh my God! I just want to die.
They're aphrodisiac. Is it true that oysters are aphrodisiac?
And they don't
They
chew them.
say.
I feel like it's an aphrodisiac for men, not for
For
women.
men, not for women, right?
I mean, I have tried them.
And then, even then,
see.
sushi, raw salmon. Ugh, please do not do
I
that
love
to me.
sushi.
Love sushi.
Eesh, no, I will
Well,
not.
for me, I don't eat eggs, so I find like eggs are gross. I
Yeah.
just find them gross. So I went to my auntie's house. I was coming from school. I just stopped by there to see her, and she fried some eggs. She was not doing so well, like financially. So she was so excited to see me. Oh, I can cook a shima for you with eggs. I couldn't tell her I don't eat eggs.
Oh no.
So she gave me the eggs. Oh my God. I was doing this on top of the egg, like dabbing on the oil. And then when she looked away, I threw that egg in my book bag. I swear to God. I think she knew I didn't eat them because I ate them so fast, supposedly. And that was it. Anyway,
So before I read this next icebreaker question, I would love to we have some conversations going on in the chat, and I would love for us to follow along. So Matilda says, I've lived in the country here in Florida and in the city too. Okay, so which one did you love best, Matilda?
Yes.
Liz says she's with you when
Yeah.
Yeah, Liz can shop. Liz.
Do you know about Liz and Winnie? About Liz and Winnie on Friday. Was it Friday? The day before yesterday? She calls me, where I am in White Marsh. Oh, I'm here. Bath and Body Works gonna sell again. Remember, we just left Bath and Body Works the day before. We went back on the phone with Winnie. Winnie's like, I'm going to Bath and Body Works.
Whoa. Ladies,
She
slow.
also went,
Slow down.
She also went to Bath and Body Works.
Wow. Sandra says when she's sad, she calls her brothers, her mom, her son, and a good friend, and she nurtures her plants and cleans the house. Yeah, Sandra is the one that will clean when she's mad.
That's nice.
That's nice.
I think I should invite her here and piss her off so she can clean my house. Anyway.
That's a good one.
Just thinking out loud. Chipepo says Jesus says yes to wine.
Yes.
Uh, okay, Sandra says, I just don't eat my facial. This is about the food, eating food to be polite. She
Yeah.
says she won't eat it. The facial expression won't lie. She just, it's like she can't be polite.
I know, just like,
Imbua Mulonda says, I love them. Irene, the ones you made for them. I think it's the caterpillars she's talking about.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
probably I made, yeah.
Love
them.
caterpillars.
And Brenda says, Happy Sunday, beautiful ladies. Mavis says, Good evening, women. You all look beautiful. Thanks,
Hey,
Mavis.
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 Let's see. I think that was her just correcting herself. And Chipepo says, Seafood is the Western equivalent of Ifinkuala. I ate both.
Yes, Pepper, you're right.
Okay. So, on this question here, can you happily watch the same movie or read the same book multiple times throughout the year? Which one would you rather do? Or I guess it can be, can you do it, first of all? And if you can, which one would you rather do? I'll start with Priska. Are you on mute, Priska?
You mute.
Unmute.
Mhm. Okay, while we're waiting for Priska, let me go to Irene. Irene, which one, can you happily watch the same movie or read the same book multiple times?
I think I'm going to go with the movie.
Hmm.
And the movie is Pretty Woman. I have watched that movie so many times.
I
And
know.
believe it or not, every time I watch it, I find a part that I missed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't see this last time. I don't know. Maybe I just like the movie, or I don't know. But it's one classic movie that I can watch over and over. I can
Same
even
here.
change it to you remember the question that you asked, like what makes you sad? I'll change it to that. I can watch that every day.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I was talking rush hour, man. I can never get enough of rush hour.
Oh,
But yeah, I love Rush Hour.
Rush
Yeah,
hour
Rush Hour.
over and over again. And when Chris Tucker goes to the guy that told you, like, you ain't gonna make Rush Hour 2 now. Is it
Yeah.
Rush Hour 2? I
Yeah.
love it. The book that I read over and over again, 2 books, 48 Laws of Power and The Secret.
Yeah.
our secret, yeah.
Awesome. What about you,
I
Winnie?
think I watched a movie. First was Pretty Woman and Coming to America. Like I can
Mhm.
watch that over and over. Like Coming to America, I remember when I was very young,
Mhm.
my grandma had, not my grandma, I think we had a black and white TV
Hmm.
that we give it to my grandma. So when we go there with the tape, remember with the cassette, those tapes, we will watch it over and over and we memorize everything like word by word. So yeah, I watch a movie over and over.
Wow. Yeah, for me, I think I do have both a movie or movies and a book. So for the movie, I love comedy. I'm so cheesy. I know I look serious, but I I love a good laugh. And I love like just cheesy comedy. One of them is like White Chicks.
You like white
I love White Chicks,
yeah,
especially
to me.
especially when Terry Crews is like singing along, walking your way downtown.
I
It's
could not.
so silly. It's so silly to me. I could watch that and laugh and cry. My sisters and I loved comedy, so we'd sit and watch and just laugh and cry about it. Um, what else? Book. When it comes to books, I think the one book that I would probably read over and over again, I enjoyed Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. That's a really good book. If you haven't read it, I mean, especially if you've been to the diaspora, it's like she's telling your story. It's like almost all of us at some point of our lives.
You believe
So
it?
yeah. Mhm.
Sorry, I meant to say about a book. I read a book called The Chinese Girl. I can't say I can read it
Uh-huh.
multiple times in a year because no, but it's a beautiful story that talks about this Chinese girl. It's nice. If you see it, just grab it.
About the book, another book that you're forgetting. The Bible.
Yes.
Read it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, all right. So that was refreshing. But before we go to the community news, can we go to the commercial so we can thank our sponsors, and then we'll get back to the community news.
Sure. Commercial that's.
My whole life, my father told me stories about moving to the United States. He would tell me that his brother, my Uncle George, was already living here and let my father stay with him for a while. Through my Uncle George, my father was introduced to our cultural organization here in America, who helped him make connections, apply for college, find his first job, and adjust to life in a completely different culture than he was used to. The Cultural Association helped him get started on his new life. My Uncle George would bring my father with him to the annual Summer Cultural Groups Festival, and later, he would bring me. It was incredible to see so many people of all ages laughing and celebrating with food and song and dance. It brought back the best feelings of home and gave my father the opportunity to pass his culture, language, and values on to me. My father and Uncle George were very close. So when George died last year, my father wanted to honor his wishes to be buried with a traditional ceremony back at his birthplace. My father told me that because Uncle George had cultural group life insurance, he was able to afford to bring George home and have the traditional burial George wanted. Though my father had been able to honor my Uncle George's wishes, it got me thinking about my own family. One day, I'd have to make the same arrangements for my own parents, and my wife's parents as well. Of course, we would want to bring them home and honor their wishes, but it would be a financial hardship for our family. There were a lot of things to think about, even though I really didn't want to think about them at all. When my father told me about cultural group life insurance, he told me it's intended to help families when they need it the most. It's not tied to an employer, so no matter where my career takes me, I'll always have coverage. The more people who participate and the younger they are, the more it helps keep the insurance premiums down for the entire association. Because my parents have cultural group term life insurance, there will be money available to help me provide the kind of service I want to give my parents. And by joining, I can put my mind at ease and continue to celebrate our traditions into the future. With cultural group life insurance, I can worry less and spend more of my time celebrating with the people who matter most to me.
We are back on the Insaka Talk Show. If you're new to this show, please like, subscribe, share, talk about it, and get to know us. Today we're talking about the 4 beautiful, powerful women on Insaka Talk Show, and get to know who they are and some fun things about them, and some things probably as our viewers, as our fans, you've watched us and you've seen some things about us that you'll be like, oh yeah, that's Winnie. I know that the person they're talking about, obviously it's Nelly. So get to know us. Community news before we dive into the show. Want to share the community news so that people can know what's going on?
Right. So on April 13th, all roads lead to Dallas, Texas for the Kuomboka Gala. Guys, this is a traditional, it's basically about celebrating culture. So if you're able, please come to Dallas, support. It's going to be a beautiful event. I hope that by the time this is all done, said and done, I would have learned much more about the Lozi culture than I did before. So I'm excited to attend this personally. And also just to let you know, we will have the organizers of this event next Sunday. So please don't miss that. It's going to be a great show. If you want to see who is the face behind this, make sure you watch the show next Sunday.
Thank you so much, Nelly, for that.
Yes, and then coming this March, we do have IT party. If you missed out last year, we'll be sending you the emails or the latest because it's just a small space. So we're going to invite people to come and support and just learn about women. You know, we go through different phases of women, but sometimes we need to support each other. So it'll be a small space, but we'll be inviting you. Please come in. And if you're not able to come, you can still donate so we can take so many children to school. Thank you. See you on March 23rd.
All right. We have it.
All right, we're coming to the Kuomboka and we're coming to the Williamson Foundation Tea Party.
We are on the road.
So for those that have never met us in person, you can meet us in Dallas and in New York. Don't say we didn't tell you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we can. Now, like I said, this is a Women's Month, and we are celebrating the four of us. And I want to put a disclaimer again. I did put a disclaimer in the beginning, but just in case you're just joining us, whatever we're going to say on the show, please do not catch feelings and start saying, "Oh, this person said this about this person." We're just trying to empower each other and get to know us and get to know our weaknesses and our strength. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, this is exciting for me. Anyways,
All right.
I'm
Negative
going to-
opinions.
no, this is exciting for me for real. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Nelly, and I'll tell you why I'm starting with you, Nelly, because you have a very strong personality. So it's you are that person that you are like white and black. You can be like fun and tell everybody about what's
Wait,
going on. Then you can
sorry,
be.
not to interrupt you. What are you saying? Are you saying a negative opinion
No,
on
I'm
Nelly?
trying to say why I'm starting with her because she's a very strong person. So I want to start with her so I can see how I can break her negative opinion. So
That's not to the point. You're just talking too much.
no,
Before we-
don't worry, Nelly.
Irene.
I'm gonna ask you, Priska, what can we change about Nelly? If you had to change something about Nelly, what is the one thing that you would love to change about Nelly?
You're asking my opinion or for you? Because my opinion
Your
about
opinion.
Nelly will be different.
Your opinion.
Nelly, I love you. We've had this conversation before, and guys, do not hold this against me because I say it as it is. You can be a little bit controlling sometimes,
Mm.
which is, and I understand because you have leadership qualities. So, if not taking care of it, could come out a little bit mean and bossy.
It's a boss
you can
lady.
be controlling sometimes.
Okay, same question. What would you say the same for Winnie?
She didn't finish though.
Oh, I thought
No, so we're doing the things that we would like for you to change.
The
and then
areas
we'll
of
end with the-
improvement, right?
Yes.
We are sharing areas of improvement, and I'm sorry, my controlling quality came in here.
Yeah, right there.
yes,
it didn't even work.
actually, yes, Nelly,
Yeah,
we're talking
even
about
work.
the
Came in
negative
here because now I'm trying to course correct. Okay, my controlling. So yeah, what we're trying to do is share areas of improvement.
One
Right?
area of improvement.
An
each
area
year.
of improvement and an area of wow, you excel at this, right?
So
Yeah.
we're doing one
One.
area that you can improve on around us,
Around the
and then
table.
two that we admire about you, positive things about you. So Mina, the one thing that I think I love you, you're my friend. I say you can be a little bit bossy. You
You
can
see,
improve on that.
You see, just now you
You
took
will not
over,
go to
but you
Zambia.
did
They'll
not
beat you up,
how
Chris.
we're doing it.
Huh?
They'll beat you up. You say that to Nelly in Zambia, by airport. They'll beat you up.
Okay, now Nelly, you understand we're trying to say one negative opinion about you on somebody, and then later on we'll do the positive.
And let me say this to people that are watching us, guys. This is a part of us empowering ourselves and empowering each other and promoting and supporting. This is Women's Month. what's the best way to start women empowerment in Women's Month without telling each other about ourselves and how we can improve. And your friends should tell you the truth.
Exactly.
Irene, I didn't mean to take over your
No, because we needed to correct boss lady here. She didn't know what we were doing. Anyway,
No, I do.
She knew.
I
no,
knew.
you knew, but you thought we're doing one person for both.
No, I wanted Priska because you moved on before Priska could say. She says one area of improvement, and then she says something positive in the same space. Is that not correct? Right? You tell me about myself, Nelly. You have a bossy behavior, and then after that, you also tell me what it is that you prefer. No,
This is a real Insaka yacht. This is what happened on
This
now.
is how
This is
it
a
is.
real.
No,
this is how it is behind the scenes.
guys, I was telling you the
Uh-huh.
reason why you can be bossy,
Right.
and it may not come off to you as being bossy. So I haven't gotten to your positive parts yet. The positive parts are better than you being bossy. Wait, I'm getting there. Thank you.
And you see, I know you're getting there, but what I was trying to say here is because Irene shifted before you could get to the positives and passed the baton to Winnie. Right? So I'm like, are you done? Because
Yes, ma'am. I'm done.
Priska was done with that.
As a
So
matter of
we're
fact, Irene, when are you the one that messed us up? You were supposed to say that question, and then you
Exactly.
Real
passed on.
Insaka. See, I'm watching. Let me drink some
because
more.
the screen says negative
cranberry.
/ positive. So that's why I expect if Priska is going to say something that is a building, she's also in the same vein say something positive.
No, we will end with a positive.
Where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Let's move on. Just tell me about me. I'm okay. Let me drink water. Irene,
Well, for me, I think I'm just gonna say the negative on all of you guys, and then you can shoot on me. For Priska, I'll start with you since you started this thing. I feel like it's very hard to know Priska whether she's she's stretch shooting because she hates you or dislikes you, or she's stretch shooting because just that's something that she's empowering you with. But it's just the way she comes out. It comes out like she's being a hater. You know, it's when you sit down and think about it, and then you say, you know what, come to think about it, she was right. But I think she doesn't have a filter. She'll just shoot and then walk away. Priska has hung up the phone. She'll shoot and hang up the phone. And then you stay, you're like, wait a minute. Did I do something wrong? It's when you sit down and think about it, then you see the positiveness in her negative statement. That's
Can you just
for me.
shoot this girl up? Then you going around it.
thank you
I
for
just
being
did.
honest.
I
No,
just
thank
did.
you. Thank
I
you
just
for being
did.
honest.
Yeah, I just did. I didn't beat about the bush because that's who she is, and I know that. And then for Nelly, I feel like when you see something that's not right, you start doing like you don't say, you don't actually voice out, you just kind of start doing this face. I don't know if you're playing safe not to say something to offend somebody. That's just what I read about you. And then we have to say, Nelly, are you okay? And then you probably just say, you know what, enough already. Let's move to another thing. That's you, Nelly.
Winnie,
And then for Winnie, she defends herself quickly before somebody can finish what we're talking about. Say, for example, if I say, Winnie, you were doing this and that, she'll defend herself before I finish my statement. And then by the time I finish, she'll be like, oh, I didn't know that's what you meant. That's you, Winnie. I rest my case.
all right.
How accurate was I?
Very.
You are actually very accurate. I have my reasons for my
Okay,
So you know
Winnie,
you do the
so Winnie, it's your turn, right, to go around us.
Yeah, it's her
So
turn.
since I started, should I just go around all of
Just
you?
go around it, Priska.
Yeah.
Finish first, and then I can be the last on you.
Irene, I agree. What you said about Winnie. Not only that, Winnie, what even sa?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You don't want to take time, stop, and learn something. I wish you can stop, but you're doing better. Irene, I think there's a little bit of hypocrisy in you where you can be a hypocrite. And this is my opinion. You can pretend too much. You're the kind that will be like, okay. But you'll be like, wanyande kulalika pansi de.
Oh, Charles.
I wish you can see how you just spoke up. You're speaking up. I wish, and this is my opinion, guys. No offense. Do not use this against me.
We did a disclaimer anyways. So whoever is going to catch feelings, that's their own.
Exactly.
Winnie, you can.
It's my turn.
Oh no, is it Nelly?
No, go ahead, Winnie.
No, you haven't finished.
No, I'm done. I already said something about Nelly being bossy. We're not being a hypocrite. Winnie
Okay,
being a
I
friend.
said it, then it's Winnie then.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh. I didn't sit down. I'll start with Priska.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to need something stronger than that.
Let me drink some.
Oh my gosh, Priska. Listen, girl, sometimes you come out so rude, selfish. Like, you know what? In America, they'll even use that word. Like, you come out so rude, so selfish, and not really like you want to be, but you come across that. And then people will be like, what is wrong with her? Like, can she just like sit down and listen? And I wish sometimes instead of you just like act like that, you can just like take time and pause. And you will see the light and when somebody is actually explaining or when somebody's saying something, but you come out so rude. Sometimes I just want to punch you on your face, but it's far away and I can't do that because I wanted to punch on her face long time ago. But this is about sisterhood. It has taken us this long to know who she is and who I'm dealing with. But on the beginning, you know, and this is, I remember when we all started, I remember when we were working with...
I gave a disclaimer.
A disclaimer, yeah. When we're working with other people, one thing I learned when he said, when we're working with the other people, he said, guys get to talk all the time. I think for us talking all the time, we are actually resolving our problems and we're getting to know each other. Because if we didn't talk every day, guys, this is Insaka Talk Show. It's not easy. We talk all the time. We prepare things. We have to be on time. So it's just not a show where we come on Sunday and just look pretty. We go through stuff.
How did we now go to...
I'm going back. I'm just saying so people can know that it's just not a talk show where we smile. Sometimes we've come at this show where I don't feel like talking to Priska today, but I'm going to be here and smile because she pissed me off. She was rude. But hey, that's it. I think
Thank you for being honest. I'm a work in progress. I think I've improved a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, you're doing very well on that.
I'm in therapy. I'm working on my attitude. But thank you for being honest.
And then on Nelly, I think on the negative side, I think for me, how I have known Nelly and getting to know Nelly, it took her a while for her to understand who I am. So in the beginning, I was like, I don't care, even if she gets it or she doesn't get it. But she loved me enough to wait. When I was speaking, she'd be like, okay, Win is trying to say this. So like, she wasn't coming very negative. She was waiting. Like Irene said, she was just like, But as time goes on, she was able to understand and give me time to explain myself. So I think on that part, you were just like, I was like, why did she does that? What, like, you can't even go. The thing about I can't go to who and talk about who.
And you will not come to me because I would just be like, let's put on the
we can't even do that. Like, we are at this space where it's so blessed that we don't talk about each other because we talk to each other. So there was no need of me doing so. All I did was I showed Priska yesterday. I have my vision board. I pray for your people because sometimes you piss me off.
Anyway, so before we go to the second one, can we read the comments? There are some funny comments in there, Miss Nelly. Can you read what our fans are saying?
Yeah. The first one from Mom says, Dr. Nyendo says, what you are doing is emotional intelligence. It is a good tool for leadership and annual evaluation.
Thank you, Mommy.
Thank you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, we appreciate
We
you.
love you.
Mhm. Muchi says, I am glued now. You
Hi,
like,
Mochi.
you like drama.
Drama.
Brenda says, I am laughing. Goodness gracious. And Mom also says it takes humility to accept feedback. Guys, let us know in the comments, what do you think about this conversation that's happening? And some of the traits that we are explaining about one another, is it something that you guys could pick up on the screen? What have you picked up? Do you agree or do you disagree? Thank you.
Yeah. And
All
then
right.
to Irene.
No,
Come again?
Irene, it's Nelly's turn.
I'm not done with Irene. I didn't say
Um,
nothing about her
Oh, okay.
yet.
You're taking too long. This is a problem too.
That's the thing. Let
But
me
I
just
forgot
finish.
to say you.
See, this is a real Insaka on the background. So now come to Irene. Irene, on the negative side, I want you, when you are hurt, to just speak up. You cannot, like Priska said, you cannot act like you are happy. If something is wrong, just come and say, I don't like it. Please don't do it again.
Yeah.
Because you can't let people
Mhm.
comfort you on your own feeling, because I don't know how you're feeling. So if you're mad, you feel some way, just like, you know what, girl, I don't like what you did. I'm sorry, but I don't like it. Don't do it again. That way I know that you're okay. But when you're just going to be smile, I don't know when to just like be free and open up, because I am a free bird. So that's the negative part of you. But oh, good.
You know what? Thank you so much. Like Priska has acknowledged and said, thanks for the feedback. Thanks for the feedback for me as well. And I know that that's the true statement of who I am. And I always say I'm improving. And I know I've improved a little bit because I speak up a little bit more. But I know I'm a work in progress. I need to get to a point where I say, you know what, girl, let's take it outside.
Yeah. Today showed it. Nelly, sweet.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Could you end with me?
You know what? I'm even lost. Where are you talking about positive things
So Nelly's gonna say one negative. You go into the two positive real quick,
now?
guys.
Okay.
We're running out of
Nelly,
time.
go ahead.
All right. Winnie,
Mm.
areas of improvement, and I'm not going to call it a negative. This is what I was saying in the beginning when I was reminded of my bossiness. I think it's how you state something also matters. The delivery, right? If I'm trying to build you, I'm going to start in a way that doesn't have a negative connotation. So therefore, I will say, this is the area of improvement that I think you should work on, versus this is what you do badly and you should work on. Already, it feels like a stab, right? Each one of them feels differently at the time that it's being delivered. So, Winnie, the area of improvement for you, I think would be, it's similar to what Priska said. You're hasty. You
There
know,
she goes with that English. We don't even know what that means. Winnie, do you?
No,
Hasty.
that's Oxford.
no,
Tone it down, girl. Tone it down.
See, you are hasty.
yeah, like when we decide to do something, right? You're quick. You're like, okay, and it's both a positive thing and a good, because in media we have to be quick. Something happens and you want to post it, but because you didn't take time to do this and do that, and it comes, you make a simple silly mistake in there because you are quick, right? You act sometimes too quickly for your own good. That's one thing. But I feel like over the past few months, you have made tremendous progress in this area. So, Irene, yeah, you need to speak up. You need to actually speak up when something is not going right. It's not going your way. Just say, you know what, that's not going to work for me, or I disagree, as opposed to just keep quiet. In comparison to me, I might go, but eventually once everybody has had, or when the dust settles, you guys will say, I will come back and tell you what I was actually thinking. I don't always just leave things hanging. So while you can keep quiet in the moment, because if I'm heated and you're heated, one of us has to calm down, right? In order for us to have an intelligent conversation. And I appreciate that quality. But once you find a space for you to come in, after you've felt this negativity or whatever it is, I want you to come back and say, you know what? I actually don't like this. I disagree with this, as opposed to I'll just ignore you and keep going about my way. Priska. Yeah. I don't know. Like, we don't know which one. The morning, guys, we have a group where we plan the show. We are talking, like Winnie says, from Sunday to Sunday. I am not a morning person. Priska is number one in the East Coast. Okay, I'm in Central Time, so she's 1 hour ahead of me. Number two, she is a morning person because she goes to bed at 4 and 5 p.m. sometimes. She's up by 3, 4. By the time I'm waking up, the voice notes that are on there at war. Priska na Winnie. And I'm just like, I can't.
I'm sorry.
It's too much. When she wakes up, she's ready to go. And she will send those voice notes. No, we're not doing this. Like, oh, Jesus. I'll literally just look at my phone, roll my eyes, and just put it away. Another hour.
Wow, that's what
that morning battle. Ooh, but I told her about it, and she's working on it. I've seen a little bit of an improvement.
Thank you.
So that's what I had to say, guys.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we are running out of time, we're going to do real quick one positive, no statement, just a word or two about so that we can ask other questions. So I think I'm going to start with I'll say something about Priska, Nelly, and Winnie, and then So for me, about Priska, I think she acquires knowledge and she shares. She acquires knowledge and she shares. She's very quick to share, and I appreciate that about her. And then Nelly, for me, she's a good listener, and she executes conflicts in a very mature way. If there's conflicts between two people, she'll execute it very nicely. And then Winnie is very prayerful. When you're talking to her about something that she's extremely mad about, she'll quote a verse in the Bible, or she'll say something like, let's pray about it. I love that about you, Winnie. And you always bring us back to prayers and stuff. I think that's it, what I know about the three ladies.
Thank you, Irene.
Priska, it's your turn.
You're mute again.
Sound again.
iPhone and microphone.
Hey,
okay, let's go.
By the way, if this was Irene's mic doing this, oh my God.
We're dead.
Hey,
We can't hear you. I think you take off your microphone.
You know what? We're gonna
the microphone's there.
All right, Priska, we're running out of time.
It's the first time I'm trying this microphone.
What
I love about you is the humility. There, you what Kwatolu said. You help. Anytime anybody comes to me and say, I'm in Chicago, the first person that I think of is you. I love that. I love the fact that you're a giver. Winnie, the tenacity. Nothing is impossible with you. You're an amazing mother. The tenacity of That's you. What did you tell me? No, I'm going to do it. I love that. The fighting spirit, the Williamson, the whole foundation, amazing. Nelly, you are our leader. You're our teacher. I love the leadership skills about you. I love the fact that you're willing to teach somebody. You will kindly say, that's not the right way to say, but this is the right way to say. You also share knowledge and information. And I love the fighting and the leadership spirit that you have. I think I'm done, right? And you give to your giver.
Yeah.
If there's no problem, I'll do it for you quick. I'll do it for you quick. And you're very patient too.
Thank you.
All right, Nelly, it's your turn real quick. What are the positive things?
Are you sure you don't want to? No, it's Winnie.
Oh, it's Winnie. Sorry, Winnie. You know what? This is too juicy. I'm even forgetting
Go
myself.
5 minutes over.
Winnie, it's your turn.
We can do that.
Please let us know if you want us, if you're okay with us going 5 minutes in the comments, guys. Those of you that are watching, if you're enjoying this, we can go for 5 more minutes if that's okay.
It's Women's Month, maybe. Let's just go a little bit more. Yeah.
10 minutes.
Go
Why
ahead,
not?
Winnie.
I would say, first of all, I'm grateful. Thank you for the feedback. We are learning. And I'll go with Nelly. Nelly, thank you for your leadership skills. And you just being smart and giving us this English, like Priska said. What did she say? But we are learning every day. Your leadership skills, you're sharing it, and you're so selfless. Because some people being in your position, they'll be like, I can't even hang out with these people. But Nelly, you are so free. You've taken us all as sisters and like gift giver, just even knowledge, even just sharing. Guys, things just like thank you for being you, Nelly. And you're a free spirit. Please keep up fire burning all the time. Priska, thank you for being a strong friend. And sometimes your negative to me is positive, because before I used to take it negative way, but I've learned so much. You're sharing knowledge. You can do this. You can do that. We talk all the time. Like guys, we talk almost every day. But just sharing the knowledge, and then when you go and you do this, we congratulate each other. When you do something good, we say, oh, congratulations, you're doing so well. We just don't let things just smile. We not jealous of each other. We are always there to empower ourselves. Irene, thank you for just giving selfless. You're kind to all of us. And I know sometimes I was saying you're quiet. Sometimes it's good because you're just like quiet and you're like our older sister. And just
make up your mind. Which one is it? Quiet is not good. Quiet is
no. The quietness, right, comes in like, sometimes we go through stuff and you call Irene and she'll be like, it's going to be fine, baby. We can do this. You know what? Let's do this. And she just like, the same way she opened doors to everyone, she has opened doors for us. And thank you, Irene, for being you. I love you all.
Thank you.
You can do this. You can do this if you want.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Easier.
Yeah. All right, Nelly.
Okay, ladies. Wow, this has been really empowering. We had no idea. Priska warned me. She's like, "You guys sure you want me to talk about?" I said, "Yes, we have to be authentic." I said, "There's no way we can come here and start gushing about how good we are without talking about areas of improvement."
Yeah.
So I insisted that we have this on here, and I'm glad we did have this on here because this has been a good evaluation of one another. But anyway, I'm digressing. Let me get back. Positives. Winnie, man, let me tell you guys, if it wasn't for Winnie, the Insaka Talk Show right now wouldn't even be because when the producer that started us and put us, that we started with said, I'm done, this is it.
And I'm taking my stuff with
me. I'm busy. I was like, after I have enough things to do, maybe this is God just telling me, Nelly, go about your merry way. Winnie's like, no, I'm going to produce. We shall do. We will. She put her foot down and she's like, we'll do this. And so we are here. So Winnie, you have such a fighting spirit, girl.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Thank you, baby.
Keep up the good work. And you're a great mother and a good friend. So we are grateful for you. Insaka is grateful for you.
Yeah.
Irene, oh my gosh, what can I say? This woman is a giver. She gives her time. Every time we fight about the times when we're going to meet, because Irene is always at a funeral here, helping somebody here, visiting someone in a hospital here. Irene is always giving her time, giving her money, giving her gifts. She is a giver. We are so grateful for you, Irene. And
Thank you.
we pray that God gives you long, long life to keep giving us some more.
Yes.
I'm just
It's
kidding. That sounds selfish, but no, you are a giver, and I'm grateful for that. The other quality that actually also, if not balanced well, is the one that we talked about, where you keep quiet. It's also a good quality in this way, that it's good for conflict resolution. Again, if two people are charged, you can't get anything resolved properly. So you coming in with that quiet, calm spirit and maybe not saying something in that moment is actually what's needed sometimes in leadership, until you find a window when you can come in and actually say what you need to say in a way that you build someone. So that is good. That's what I wanted to tell you. So
Thank
please
you.
take your roses. Uh, Winnie, take
Thank you.
your roses.
Thank
Chris,
you.
Thank you.
Priska, again, in conjunction with Winnie, we wouldn't have Insaka.
Yeah.
I think Irene and I, the roles that we played initially, right, for Insaka, Winnie, Priska, it was her idea from the get go. Spoke to somebody, then we started coming together as the four of us, right? So between her and Winnie, they've made sure that Insaka is here today. And so I'm grateful to you for that,
Thank you.
Priska. But also as a friend, for me, in this whole thing, I've come to find sisterhood. I've come to find a place where somebody who is so generous, when Priska finds a book that is good, by the way, one of my favorite, we didn't get to that because this went on and on. The
Mhm.
12 Year is a book that Priska recommended to all of us. And
Mm-hmm.
time and read that book, and it's literally changed the way I look at things and the way I plan my day. If
Yep.
you haven't had a chance to read it, read it. There's an audiobook on YouTube, or even on Kindle. It helps you to plan. So Priska is one person that loves to plan. That quality is a good quality.
Yes.
And it's the same quality that makes her be a pain in the behind when things are not going right, because she wants things planned and executed in a certain way.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I'm grateful for just your generosity also, because you're also a giver. You
Yes.
give, you give generously, information and gifts otherwise. So thank you, ladies. I love you, all of you.
We love you too.
No, thank you so much, you guys. You know, I just wanted to tell everyone we had a lot to share, but time is not with us.
We
But
can do one more.
we're going to respect our fans and people that have been watching for this hour. We're going to read some of their comments so we can hear what they're saying. Can we
Oh,
read those?
yes, absolutely. So Bertha says sharing is important. She also
Thank you,
says
Beth.
you got it, ladies, and keep it shining. Brenda says women uplifting fellow women. Wow, we need to see more of this often. Betha says Irene is the best.
Yeah.
No, she's from Chicago. She's probably going through what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she says very true, Nelly. So um, yeah. I think in closing we can close with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think so. I love this. Actually, I'm glad that you said we should close with this because it's gonna, like seal what we've been talking about. And
Mhm.
and guys, if you want us to do another show on such kind of topics,
Yeah.
just let us know. We can create another one because I think the more we talk on personal stuff, the more you guys know about us and we know about you.
That's right.
So yeah, so the question is, can you share a personal story of a time when another woman's support or empowerment made a significant difference in your life? So I'm gonna shoot for Priska first, so we can go clockwise.
All right. For me, it's gonna be a bit long. Wow. There's a woman that made a difference in my life, and me and her were talking about it, Grace. You know how you said save a girl child?
Mm.
Grace was a friend in South Africa, close friend. Like, you know how we have a Zambian community here? In South Africa, we had one, and I was living with this relative that situation was not good. Grace was a single mother. She was like, Priska, she calls me Tsechi. She says, Tsechi, I got a flat in town. Come and live with me so you can finish school. So Grace took me in. I was in high school. I think I was in standard 11. Grace took me in. She had a job planned for me. And she always said, "Tukaba bueno kuntanshi. Tukaba bueno kuntanshi." So the woman that I am today, Grace, thank you so much. She had a job for me at Old Mutual. Unfortunately, I didn't go work at Old Mutual as Kiss. Sorry, I apologize. But Grace made a difference in my life. She showed me that it's okay to help a girl or somebody that you don't even know who's not your relative and bring them in your home so they can go to school. You make sure that they go to school. So I finished high school in Cape Town because Grace took me in her home. So I can have a nice home where I'm living from school, like living with my grandmother. My grandmother was an alcoholic. I talk about this all the time. So I never knew when she was drunk. I never knew if I could do my homework, but Grace made sure of that. And then I'll give it to 3 people. Sorry. My sister, Miss Irene Masiku. The woman that I am today, I'm a girly girl. It's her. She was always put together, always done well. She also made a difference in my life. And my adopted sister here in America, Tonya Cooper, the businesswoman that I am, corporate America understanding it was Tonya Cooper. So I want to give these ladies their flowers while they're alive. Thank you so much for making a difference in my life, and to you ladies as well. I want to give you flowers. You've been amazing sisters. We do fight. I can be crazy. I'm a lot to work with, but I'm a work in progress. I love you guys and thank you. So the women that made a difference in my life, happy Women's Day. We appreciate you. Keep on soaring and empowering other women.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Priska. I know that's very emotional for you, but it's I like that you're being vulnerable right now, sharing with us your story. We appreciate you. Happy Women's Day. We love you too. Nelly, can you share a story as well?
Yeah, absolutely. There've been many, many, many women in my life, but I will narrow it down to 3. The first one is obviously my mom. My mom has been a force to reckon with. My mom broke so many barriers. She came from a poor background, but she worked her way, she studied her way, she believed in education. And she used to tell us that she would make a promise to herself to say, my children will have their own bed, their own room. They're not going to share. My children will cook on a stove. They will not cook bambabula. My children, you start to dream big. And because she dreamt big, she was able to achieve for us. She made decisions and choices that led up to where we are. My coming to America also, my mom played a really, really big part. When I first came here, me and her came together because she had paved the way. She had a friend here, an American lady by the name of Mary Giles, who was friends with mom. When she met mom, she heard about us and she would call us and talk to us. If I did something, mom would literally put her on the phone and she would chastise me from America. African-American woman from Louisiana. And that's the next person that I want to give roses to. Mary Giles, you are my mother, Miss G, as we lovingly call her. When I came here, she opened her home to this African girl that, she was just meeting for the first time. Me and my mom, we lived into her beautiful mansion, gave me a job in her transmission shop. And, I worked my way up from there. Everything that I know in America, she told me, baby, don't let anybody tell you no. Okay. Yeah. If you feel like it needs to be done, go and knock on another door. If one says no, try another one. And so some of the leadership qualities that I've learned are from Mary Giles and the space that she provided for me. The other women in my life are my biological sisters. Having sisters, honestly, just for me was big. We talked about everything. Your sisters are the ones that you share your first boy crush, your first heartbreak, and all of those things. Having my sisters around and just knowing that I can pick up my phone anytime and talk to my sisters has been really good for me. So thank you, all of you.
Right.
Wow, that's amazing. Can you imagine if we had to put all those women in one house just to praise them?
Yeah.
It'd be
Maybe
amazing.
one day we will.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. All right, Miss Winnie, can you tell us your story?
Mine is a little crazier but nicer. I think
Nice. I wish
not
my
nicer than
family was
everybody else.
nice.
Not nicer than everybody else.
Excuse me, what do you mean nice?
Mama le bankungula efe fini. This is real. Mambalaba.
I can't.
So my story is as you know, I have Winton Up Foundation, right?
Mhm.
And it's because of my sister, my late sister. And I didn't want to put a name there because I didn't want to be reminded with a name. I wanted to put my name so I can actually leave, because it's something that's been so hard to leave and live with it. Because I think having my stepsister, we didn't know we were stepsisters. She was my stepsister. My mom came with 3 kids. My dad came with 4 kids. But my mother was so well, how she brought us all together. We were sisters and brothers. There was no step.
Mm.
So when we came to find out that she was my stepsister, because her grandfather died and we couldn't go because they're from the king side, the Shamwamba and all that stuff. Then I knew, but I was, I think, 11. To cut the story short, my sister taught me how to be a woman. My sister taught me how to just like to be me, to be confident in myself. She was a prefect at school, so I was always following up to her.
Hmm.
First time I went to club, my sister told me how to do that, and she told me do not drink. But she used to be drinking, like all that. She did all the crazy stuff, but she would tell me not to. So when she was really sick, I was there every day trying to figure it out what it was, and I didn't know. And even when I had to ask my mother when I got here what was the problem, to really like put everything in order. But having my sister dying to HIV/AIDS, it's really that really impacted me. But I think what my sister left was her leaving. She has given me more than 100 kids
Mhm.
that I look up to, and I see that her spirit still lives in me. She still loves me. Because instead of me crying and mourning and whining, it has given me purpose, as if she was alive. And my other thing is my mom. My mom became a single woman, but she was a teacher. She took care of 7 of her children, including my dad's children that he came with.
Mm.
Even now, my mother's taking care of my son from my dad when he got married to another woman after they divorced. My mom is a strong woman, very prayerful, and I look up to her every day. And I think I'm a woman that I am, that I moved into my apartment by myself with my 2-month-old baby. I can do this because of my mom. So I want to give roses to my mom, my late sister who died, but she's given me more than a million of siblings.
Mhm.
And then my young sister, Esther, is a built-in bestie. We don't see each other every day, but that woman, that girl, she will call me and we'll talk, we'll laugh. Even when I was sick last week, she almost bought a ticket. I said, "You're not coming." But she's that girl who just say, "You and me together." And we're doing this. We're taking care of my brothers, the late kids, and my sister, and my other stepsister, who's Mabel. But 3 of us, we're like a powerful human being that I know. So I want to give myself roses too, because I'm a good person because of all these people. Hey,
Okay, Snoop. Okay, Snoop. Okay.
I'm giving myself roses. But I love that we're sharing this, but it's all my sister. My late sister really made me become who I am, because I learned how to buy a coffin. I learned how to be in the mortuary because of her. So I learned so much. Instead of being traumatized, it has make me be a strong woman that I am today.
Thank you so much, Winnie, for that. Now, for those people that don't know why you started Williams on the Foundation, they now know where it's coming from. I'll be very quick because I know we've gone over the time. So I'm gonna give roses to my to two people. Mrs. Jackson, she's not with us anymore. May her soul rest in peace. She was my son's grandmother. So when Kay was 6 weeks old, I needed to go back to work. And I was, of course, daycare is very expensive. I didn't want to take him to daycare because it was kind of gross. He was too little. So I wanted somebody who was at home. So I met this lady, and she had already retired from, watching babies. But when she saw me and Kay, fell in love with us, I paid her the first 1 month. And then after that, I think the 5th week when I went to pay her, she said, "Go, just take your money. I don't need your money." I took money again the 6th week. She said, "You better take that money." She was from down south as well. She said, and then the one thing she told me was, "I know what I went wrong raising my children. I didn't do me. So now that the baby is young, you got me, travel. Just do anything because when your child is a little older, to notice that you're not home, you cannot travel anymore." So that's how I started going to Europe. I'll go like for a few days. I'll come back. I'll go for a week another time because I wanted to see Europe. And I traveled because of her. I never went to PTA meetings. She's the one who used to go. She would just be on the phone with me. This is what they're saying. So she was an amazing woman. She was a mother that I didn't have. And then another rose, the last rose I'm going to give to my sister Rose.
Rose.
My sister has always been like my mother. I feel like I haven't given her enough. When I was sick, when I had cancer, she quit her job to come and take care of me. And to take care of somebody who has cancer, it's not easy. She still had to do some little runs so that we could survive, but she was there for me through and through until today. I'll never forget the love I got from these two people. And I want to give roses to all three of you.
Thank you.
Because it's Women's Month, and I think you're beautiful people. And we've broken bread together, and we are hoping we can do more of these as we meet together, because we don't get to do that. But we've grown and we've learned from each other. But at the end of the day, we are sisters.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Want to close us out?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No. You can close us out. I'm a little emotional, so Nelly, you can close us out.
Thank you. I wanted to say in closing, each one of you have witnessed something, an insight into our lives, into the kind of people that we are. Vulnerability builds character. Look at the people that are around you, where you are. If you haven't, appreciated someone in your life lately, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Have a heart of gratitude towards one another. And even as women, if you are a man watching, there's a woman in your life that has meant something special to you. Just don't wait for Mother's Day. This is a time to show them love. Send them roses, send them a note, send them a thank you. Same thing for the sisters out there. Let's celebrate one another. Let's not tear one another down. This has been the Insaka Talk Show. We love you. Bye.
All right. Thank you.